And we are live. Hello, everyone out there in the wonderful land of Twitch. Hopefully, you can hear us well tonight. This is John here with Rook and Rasp, and we are bringing you the Growing Shadow. Or Shadows? Shadows, right?
It's
Yes.
more than one
Shadows.
shadow.
More
Plural.
than one shadow, definitely. Although maybe it would have been interesting and like make people think that we had a really bigger plot line than we do if they were like, "Oh, what's the growing shadow? Is it something else?"
No, it's just all of our shadows merging together.
The shadows were the friends we made along the way.
Aww.
Aww. Well, that said, we're going to go ahead and get tonight started off. Let's go ahead and do our player introductions. Of course, everybody knows me. I'm John. I'm here on the channel, but let's go ahead and start around. We're going to start on the top row of people in our frame. So let's start with Chet.
All right.
Or
Hi,
Steve, sorry.
guys. Yeah. Hi, guys. I'm Steven. I play Chet in our bi-weekly game. And, uh, you know, I also am on a channel called Gamer_Not Gamer here on Twitch, where I play video games with my friend Corey, who doesn't play video games. And it's interesting to get his takes on things. We are currently playing Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time. So if you're interested in that, check us out.
Yeah, didn't you just complete the water temple yesterday?
We did. We did just finish the Water Temple yesterday.
I had to tag in a friend to help me when I tried to do the water temple, so good for you.
I've never played it, but I absolutely love the most recent Zelda. But moving on, let's go ahead and say hi to Justine.
I'm Justine. I play Ronto Honda and her dog Camu here on Growing Shadows. I also do a lot of art, and I'm really interested in character design and all that fun hoopla. Um, y'all know by now that I don't remember my Twitter handle, but eventually I'll
At
pull it into the
M
chat.
Scribbles.
Thank
It's
you.
in the chat. It's in the chat.
Where would I be without you? So yeah,
On
if you want to
Twitter?
see some fun art, you can just pop on over there on Twitter.
Awesome. Moving on down the road, Tuan.
Hello everyone, I'm Tuan. I will be playing Guy, the resident in-game bookworm tonight. I'm a huge gaming enthusiast, both video and tabletop, and resident LARPer as well. So I whack people with foamy sticks. Hello, that's me.
And Rue.
Hello, my name is Rue Thompson, and I play Fujishita Kyo, the group's talker and wheeler and dealer. I am a merchant of fine textiles in the family business, and we have probably kiosks and booths all over the Izzo Empire, and also at least one in the land of Seed and Blossom. So I should be known here to some degree. So we'll see what happens.
Little known fact, you can find her shop on the Citadel on the 3rd level in
This
Massachusetts.
shop is my favorite in all the Citadel.
I'm Fujishita Kyo, and this is my favorite channel on twitch.tv.
Well, let's go ahead and I'm gonna catch all my players off guard because there was a time when we used to do little questions before we got into game just to see where you were and yeah, get the audience to know us a little bit better. We did that the first season. I haven't done them in a while, but I'm gonna catch you all off guard by asking you this. If your character, whoever you are playing right now in this game, lived in like a future version of the Izzo Empire or that part of the world, not in our world, but in that part of the world, what do you think they would be doing? What would be their role in the world in a modern setting? So I know it's kind of a hard question. Does anybody want to raise a hand? Anybody got one? Okay.
I mean, mine's pretty easy, to be quite honest. I would be selling textiles and spices at my family store, and probably be one of those people that like drives the truck around and like delivers like restock to all the franchisee locations. But yeah, that's what I would be doing. I would be I don't know, like McCormick Spice. It'd just be Fujishita Spice.
See, I was going to say like maybe working at, or possibly even owning, because y'all own so many. Maybe you have your own version of the world market.
Ooh, the instead of like Costco World or Cost Save World Market, it's Save World Market, and we sell every flavor of Torani syrups, and we have lovely homewares from our textile companies. Yeah, I mean we
Yeah.
could.
All right. Who else? What do you think your characters would be doing? Because at the same time, remember your characters are young still, technically. In a modern setting, they would be young.
So I think Chet would probably be a stuntman in movies, uh, trying desperately to become like a leading man in his own action movie and probably landing like a Marvel deal somewhere down the line.
Nice.
You're gonna pull
So
a Shang-Chi or something.
by, by the time that he gets to like a level of fame where he would star in a Marvel movie, all that would be left would probably be like he'd probably end up playing like Hulkling.
Oh,
Ain't nothing wrong with Hulkling.
No, just nobody knows who that is.
I don't. It just sounds like a little tiny bit. It's like sounds like Pichu. It's like it's the first little hatchling of Hulk, and then they size up.
See, you'd think that, but he's actually half Kree, half Skrull. It has nothing to do with the Hulk.
Comic books, am I
comics.
right?
I didn't know that.
So next week we're coming
Interesting
back
enough.
to play a superhero game. Not joking.
Mhm.
And between Justine and Tuan, what about y'all? Do you have an idea what your characters would be doing? I'm really curious about Tuan. I mean, because what would you be doing? Would you be going to college early? What?
Guy would be making board games. He would be if one didn't exist
Hmm.
already, he would be single-handedly uh, uh, spearheading the beginnings of a new revolution in board gaming.
Nice.
Hmm.
And Justine?
Probably be doing the exact same thing she would be doing in this world if there was not a whole ninja crusade, living in the woods and becoming a local cryptid that freaks out all the kids
I love it. Okay.
Oh no,
Well,
it's the Wood Witch.
with all her dogs.
yeah. All right. Well, before we kick off, really quick, I do want to mention that right now, up until I think it's the weekend, the 13th, this coming weekend, yeah, Sunday the 13th, we will be we're doing essentially raising donations for Red Cross Ukraine. Uh, whatever we get as far as subscriptions, I think we also talked about bits for us, and then also
Coffee.
yeah, our coffee. Whatever we get, we will be donating. Uh, I know that with the subscriptions, there is a certain amount that Amazon or Twitch takes out for themselves. So we will actually go ahead and match whatever Amazon is getting. Roxy and I will be matching to go out, so that'll be part of the donation. Whatever you give, we're going to make sure that that money is covered, and it's going to go out to a good cause. So that is running up until this weekend. Uh, so yeah, let's do something good with it, right? Well, that said, we're going to go ahead and get this game started. So give me a moment to get some tracks going here. All
And
right.
thank you for the bits already in chat.
Puppy.
What a good girl.
Where? Who? What? Oh, is she saying hi? Yeah, y'all probably can't see it out there in, the wonderful world of Twitch, but we've got our little baby come and say hi with us.
She did not care when I threw the dice. She looked more offended.
As always. Oh, and just so you know, yeah, the backdrop, the art I'm using today comes from the book where we are currently located in the world of Ninja Crusade. This is the cover art from the book Land of Seed and Blossom from Third Eye Games, and that is where our characters currently are finding themselves. When last we left our intrepid heroes, they had
Louse.
I know, I'm having a little bit of trouble with my mouth tonight. A little bit dry mouth, which is why I have the drink. So, when last we left our intrepid group of heroes, you had found yourselves. I love it. You had found yourselves on the border between the new empire that is being founded and the land of Seed and Blossom. You had been traveling the southward way towards an area known as the Forest Guardian, mainly because the few times when you can cross it, it is a forest. The rest of the year, like 9 months out of the year, it is swampland. Nobody can cross through the southern border and into the land of Seed and Blossom. But it is the safest location to cross, because further north is overseen by the Crystal Bearers, who are known to wipe out anyone who dares cross their lands. But on arrival, you managed to run into the Jun, who was a member of the Phantom Voices, who you had ran into in Danketsu, doing a bit of investigative work. And she is being accosted and attacked by members of another group who are known as Yukubio's Pox. If you look in the picture behind me, one of these gentlemen. So, you rescue her to some extent. There's a chance she could have handled it, but she was up against 6 people by herself, technically. Yes, she had her wonderful dead critters who could attack and explode when they ran into them, which was kind of fun to watch. And of course, you skewered and killed and scared off the rest of the group. And now you are traveling northeast towards Jiangyukui. Now, along the way, there have been numerous things to marvel at that are of interest and insight traveling that northwestward way on the path that is being shown by Jun. One of which is how incredibly fertile this land is. Crisscrossed by dozens of rivers, you end up having to charter a boat to take you further into the mainland. The boat, now the gentleman whose boat it is, think of it more of almost a skiff, and they are able to get your wagon and your livestock onto the boat with you. The owner of the boat, seeing that you're traveling with a member of the Phantom Voice, waives payment and merely asks for the blessing for their departed. Now, along the way, you see many people who Jun tells you are of the Gatherer caste. Farmers and fishermen. People whose job it is to go out and collect what is out there. One of the things that strikes you is they are all young. We're going to say teenagers, essentially. Many of them that you see. Those that interact with you show a great deal of respect, but more often than not, many simply bow their heads and move away. This behavior definitely seems to irritate Jun, who seems at a loss but takes no action to correct it. At one point in your travels, you pass a small collection of villagers begging for alms. Jun actually begins to weep when she sees them and takes a moment to help. They tell tales of the arrival of Yakubio's Pox on the southern border of the Kokuso Chitai province. There were quick and deadly attacks, and they have become commonplace there according to these refugees. The eldest of these refugees reveals that he is actually 30 years of age and is carrying his niece to the city of Jiangyukui to hope to be healed by the Sisterhood of Blood. When asked what happened to his elders, he merely hangs his head in shame and is very silent and says these gathered here are the only survivors. Now, as you begin to travel again, Jun is, explains that the gatherers, especially him, were probably very lucky to be alive, as Yukubio's pox has a reputation of killing gatherers who do not seek to elevate their station. Now, this probably strikes you very oddly, but she actually is very forthcoming with information. If you have questions about this section of the world, uh, there really are no secrets that she holds. Uh, Whatever it is that comes to mind, she's very forthright. As the information that she's sharing is common knowledge. And at the same time, another thing that kind of catches you is her appearance, her knowledge, the fact that all these people see her as what essentially you have known as being called a blossom ninja from this land. They don't seem to. She does not hide that identity. She is almost seen with reverence and affection to some extent by the people. But as you're traveling, she says this about the elevating of station. Do y'all have any questions for her? Because it is going to be quite a bit of travel to the capital.
Chet would ask, what do you mean elevating their station?
Well, it is true that we operate in a caste system within our lands. Many people do not understand that. All people who are born in the land of Seed and Blossom, even those who are ninja, able to use ki, start in the Gatherer caste. As you progress, as you gain knowledge, you will progress into other castes. The next caste is the Family Bearers. You cannot have a family or start a family without leaving the Gathering caste. And then there are castes beyond that. Hunters, elders, they're overseers, many different other castes. Uh, there's actually the caste that I'm actually a part of is considered the adventuring caste. One must succeed in their test to become a family bearer, and then one must, beyond that, also join and prove themselves capable of joining the adventurers caste. And then they are able to go abroad, leave their communities, and travel to other areas with the knowledge that they speak for whoever has sent them. And so,
And
yes.
is it? I was under the impression that uh, elders in this place were held with high reverence. Wouldn't going beyond your caste simply just come with age?
It can, but one must prove themselves. It doesn't just come with age. One must have the knowledge. The gentleman who is obviously much older than the others in the Gatherer caste, there's always a chance that there is somebody who this does not seek to elevate themselves, and they remain in their caste.
And the pox look down upon these people, or are happy with where they are.
In the land of Yacubio's pox, it is expected that you be martially minded and uh, ambitious. The people there live a very Spartan lifestyle, and when you are young, you are trained to go out in the fields and to strengthen yourself through menial labor, and then you will enter into the families. But even then, you're expected to rise above that. To not seek elevation within their lands is seen as a defect, and there are those that would kill you for that.
Okay. I think I understand the people who oppose us a little better now.
she actually continues to explain a little bit more about Yakubio's pox, and just she's very, like I said, very forthright. There's no hidden secret to this. Uh, and to some extent, she sees herself as giving you information that will help you thrive and survive while you're here. But she explains that Yakubio's pox are martially minded. They have the largest standing army, the largest group of warriors in the kingdom. They live a very Spartan lifestyle. In fact, uh, thinking about different groups within our world, I would almost compare them to the Spartans. That they would, if they saw a child that was not elevating themselves, not training, not working hard enough, they would kill them.
I have another question, but I want to let if anyone else has a question go first.
I'm just taking it all in. Kyo is more concerned about how they're going to approach this meeting with the leaders.
Do you mention that concern to her?
I mean, a little bit. We did come with specific. I mean, we're trying to extend. I told her before we got on the wagon that I'm trying to extend a hand of friendship to the land of Seed and Blossom from the new government, and I'm a little concerned to find that they have this pox to deal with.
It's very odd to us because the elders, I mean, we were really at a loss with this situation. For 700 years, she said this several times, 700 years, 700 years. For 700 years, we have lived in a pacifist state where even Yakubo Kyo's pox, their elders, by the order of the elders overall for the land of Seed and Blossom, have not acted martially against anyone. Sure, I'll be honest. Yes, they have made members of the Izzo Empire disappear before if they were traveling alone, or or would not be missed. Their Yukubio's pox does not like them. We've lived under occupation for so long, but they respected the elders' words and have not acted. And now that we have driven the Izzo from our lands, now they are attacking all of us. Now they are striking out at their own people and killing elders. When you found me, I had actually found a village. They were on their way to a village north of where you found me, with the intent of killing the elder that resided there.
Offering them. That's just my guess, is that if that seems to be the convenient timing of things.
Perhaps we're literally at no way of knowing or understanding what exactly is happening now. But yeah, she kind of shakes her head in kind of wonderment and surprise at this disappointment. It's as if this is not something she could comprehend. Did anyone else have any more questions?
You had more. Oh, guys,
Yeah,
got
yeah.
one.
So I think I might have been interacting with chat when I thought I heard something, but did you say she was openly using key in
Oh, yes.
as we were?
I didn't say that, but she would be very
Yeah.
openly, she, like the blessing she would have given,
Mm-hmm.
things along the way, she would have provided that knowledge. And if necessary, she would have, if the villagers needed food, she would have handed it over, or she would have gone and hunted for something for them.
Mm-hmm. Wow. So, I hmm. Has anyone asked yet about what their relationship with Chi is yet?
I have not. I have been focusing on driving the wagon too.
Yeah. And so I definitely would like to approach her on that then about um, what their understanding of Chi is, how they relate to it, what the general the general view of Chi and Chi use is um, in here.
So this is very unusual to many of the people of your culture that I've interacted with. But when we are born, there is usually one or two uh, members of the Blossom Ninja present for every birth in our lands. One is usually a sister of blood, who are oftentimes more of, think of midwives, and the others are the crystal bearers. And she points at her own forehead. Every person who is born of the land of seed and blossom receives one of these from a crystal bearer. The crystal bearer arrives. It is very painless, and they use the power of ki, and a crystal forms on the child's forehead. That the quality and make of the crystal oftentimes reveals to us a portion of their destiny. One of which is, will they be key bear? Will they be able to use ki? And those that are, we mark to some extent. We know who they are. We know where they are, and when it comes time for training, we will train them. By and large, Blossom Ninja, as we've been called before, are seen as a elevated status, but even we must progress through the ranks of the different castes.
Fascinating.
And she actually remarks on this a little bit. There seems to be a little bit of a very odd dichotomy to this, because there are urban legends that she shares of, you don't, if when a Blossom Ninja does something or requests something of you, you do it. To do otherwise, there is a social stigma and that kind of folklore urban legend that to do otherwise could invite a curse upon you. And so it's one of those things where, oh yes, we progress through all the stages of the cast, but at the same time, we get our way.
Okay. What does it mean to have your gem removed?
Uh, Honestly, that is a huge affront.
Yeah.
I would not. I know that you took one in combat, and I would never reveal that to anyone if you can. The During our occupation, the Izzo soldiers have any criminal or uh, rebel, those who saw fit to fight back against them, they have rem- removed their gems from them as a act of punishment. And it's seen by our people as a huge insult. It is as if, think of it as taking a finger, or or taking someone's, you know, hair off their head as a trophy.
Figured as much.
Yeah,
And I
let's not talk
figure
about that, Chet.
I figure if we need, if it comes down to it, the gem that I took could be used as a declaration of war against the pox.
It could, but let's hope it doesn't come to that.
It seems like they are ready to go to war with you. Would you not wish to retaliate?
No. No, we all serve a purpose. Every clan of ninja in this kingdom, their their existence and their basis is from the immortals. Each clan was founded by an immortal to have a purpose here. And even with as odd as they seem, even with what they are doing now, their existence has meaning. I would wish them to return to it.
And if they refuse,
Then we will see something we have never seen in all the years of our empire.
So I may have missed while I was driving, but uh, when like in our clans, once we have done the proper training and reached a certain age, we are invited by a clan to join. Is that how it is for you, or can you be born into a clan? Like, do the pox do they recruit, or do they accept? Just how do they grow their numbers?
Many times by the territory that you were born in. Every territory is overseen by a different clan. This territory that we are actually in now is overseen by the Sisters of Blood. They are an interesting group. They uh, they were founded by an immortal who came and taught ways of healing that even the bamboo herbalists had not seen and did not understand. And you know this name. When they say bamboo herbalist, this is a ninja clan in your own lands.
They asked me to join. They were one of the ones who asked me.
Who?
The bamboo herbalists.
Oh, I should explain that. The bamboo herbalists do come from our land, but there was a split. Many of them left and became the ninja in your lands. They're seen as very. They do not get along. That's a good way to put it.
Well, that could be problematic.
I don't think so. My personal goal in all this is to present you as members, essentially, of your adventuring, cast. That you are here representing your government or your people that you speak for. That will allow you into the elders. But there's quite a bit to understand between all that.
Well, do you understand that we do not have the ability in our lands to openly use our abilities?
I understand that. This will be very interesting to see how this works out. You're amongst many of those who reside here. Your clan is the Lotus Ninjas, I guess what I should call you, are seen. Your clans once aided the enslavement of my people. You fought alongside the Empire, the worst of which were the what did they call them? The Serpent Gods or something like that. And you've heard this name, obviously, the Recoiling Serpents. This is the name, the older name they are known as, before they became the Recoiling Serpents.
Would we, the four of us, as young adults, be aware that that our clans would have participated in the enslavement and occupation of the land of Seed and Blossom?
It makes sense, but it's not something you were probably educated on.
Because at that, Kyo would, or whoa, and stop our mules and turn around and say, quite frankly, well, that sucks to learn, because I don't know how. If you are still holding a grudge, or your people may still be holding a grudge about that, That is not something that the current iteration of the Lotus Coalition has taken part in.
I call you the Lotus Ninja because you're something new, in my opinion. The You were once Izzo Ninja, but now the Izzo Empire hunts you. And it was many years ago when this all happened. Knowledge of what has occurred with your clans is not known because the Crystal Bearers have prevented it. They are going to be perhaps your greatest, if not the Yakubios Pox. If they're not your greatest enemy, the Crystal Bearers would be. And looking at again at the screen behind me, that's this group over here.
So, okay, so the Crystal Bearers, that is one thing that I wasn't sure if I was understanding. The Crystal Bearers are a specific clan. Not everybody who bears a gemstone
No,
is a
no.
Crystal Bearer.
No, the Crystal Bearers are a clan. They, like I said, they are one of the two groups expected to be there for a birth of a child in our lands. And they are the ones who plant the crystal. They also are capable of fighting with them, summoning the crystal up from the ground and encasing people in them.
We saw that. We saw those. Do the Crystal Bearers ever go beyond your lands? And
They have been the most hunted by the Izzo Empire because of what they represent. They represent the very base core of the lands of Seed and Blossom. Now, I also say this because the Sisterhood of Blood will be your greatest allies, and that is whose lands we're in now. They hope for a peaceful resolution, even with the Izzo Empire. They voted every time against invasion or fighting back. Every time that the talks of rebellion came up, they were the ones who said no. And their positions as the midwives of our people, essentially, has made them this land's mothers to another extent. That's why both those clans are seen as so important here.
they will all be at this gathering.
No, in Zhangyukui, where we are going, they are the rulers. And there is a council of 3 that oversees them. They will be able to get you your introduction further.
Right. We're headed to the gate that allows foreigners to pass. I remember now. Yeah, and I get all 4 mules back on track.
All right.
Paula, Ferris, Kareem, and I don't know if we named the other one.
I think
The other
we
one.
landed on Mulder,
Oh, okay, Fox Mulder. Okay.
Fox
Yep.
Mulder.
So yeah, Paula, Ferris, Kareem, and Fox are all ready.
Now, the closer you get to Zhangyukui, you get to see more groups of refugees coming in. They're all moving northward towards the capital city of this province, as you know it. At one point, you actually pass an army moving southward. An array of warriors in loose armor, carrying no weapons from the appearance, are making their way south. Jun informs you that they are another martial clan of ninja known as the Splendid Chameleons. And they're hoping to stop Yakubio's Pox from moving further north, but she feels that this will only be a stopgap, a small measure.
And you said they carry no weapons. They are.
No, they are weapons.
These are my weapons.
Just reminds me of that guy on that TV show, that goddamn TV show. It's like, I don't need a weapon. I am a weapon. Just get him in the corner and I'll slit his throat.
That guy was horrible, but no, again, there are no secrets. She explains that it's literal in these people's case. They can summon weapons out of their bodies. Their weapons are crafted directly from bone. Uh, they have such complete
Creepy.
control of their physical bodies that to shoot arrows at them, they are able to simply cause the flesh that it would hit to disappear, to form voids where the arrow would just fly through.
Are you okay, guy?
A little too much for you
Oh
there.
no.
Twan the player is fine. Guy is not.
Guy is not okay.
Along the way, though, you do have to stop for several nights, and the driver pulls the skiff alongside of a bank, and so, it's safer to travel during the day. The mist is heavy along the river at night, and it's much harder to figure out where you're going. It is jungle at large portions of this, and not just a bamboo jungle, like full jungle. Think South American jungle or different parts of Africa or Asia jungle. And so one night though, Guy, I'm going to say two things are going to be occurring. One of which is she will finally see that you have the script of that book on your body. Do you remember this?
I do. It's my skin book. I don't show it to anybody.
I was gonna say, how does she see it? Guy didn't even want to get into a hot spring with two ladies he's grown up with.
Well, you got to remember, this is pages upon pages of a book. Sooner or later, it's going to be obvious.
Yep.
And
I do
especially
my
if
best.
you change your shirt at some point.
He doesn't.
What a stinky guy.
There are
He's so
dozens of
obviously-
us. Dozens of us. Anyone gets that reference, you and I are friends now.
I want to be friends. I don't know the
Aw.
reference.
It's from Arrested Development. One of the characters is a never
Oh.
nude.
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Oh my god.
Tobias Funke.
Oh man.
I just forgot that line, but that's why
he
we're
wears
friends, Chip.
he wears booty
Steven.
shorts.
He
Nice.
does all the time.
She sees this though, and immediately, just comes up to you and is looking at that. It's like, what was that?
Nothing?
No, what was that? I saw, and she'll even reach over and pull up a sleeve.
Just watching.
Why
like-
do you have writing on you like that?
I got peer pressured into tattoo. Yeah.
Into tattoo.
Are you actually going to try to lie to her?
Into that girl band.
All the
From
things you
from the
said.
yacht. All
He
the
is-
things you said.
He is not making a very strong effort to deceive.
What's the stat that you would roll against for lying?
Well, obviously, goodness, I'm
Like
actually
probably intuition or something.
Yeah.
Empathy.
Probably for her, intuition, empathy, but you're gonna have to conceal somehow. So, stealth of some sort.
Oh no, there's no real honest effort to try and dissuade her from this. It is more of more reflexive than anything.
Well, then going with that, Chet will just look at Guy and just be like, "Was it Takumi? Did he pressure you into getting that?"
Yeah.
We'd been apart 9 months, and as a 15-year-old, he suddenly had 8 tattoos of weapons all over him. I mean, how edgy can you get, really? Sam, we miss you. We love you. I mean it most
Just
sincerely.
Yep.
ragging on Takumi when Sammy's not here.
Love you, Sam, wherever you are out there. I hope you're watching. But she kind of rolls her eyes, which is maybe one of the most human expressions you've seen.
Ooh.
Okay,
Are you buying any of this?
no. What? I'm sorry. I'm going to ask quite bluntly. May I read this?
Okay.
All but chapter 39. You do not want to go there.
Oh, no.
It's okay. The chapter heading gives it all away. And she starts reading it. Her eyes just get wider and wider. Okay. All realities aside of what this is, why?
I don't know. I woke up and this weird creepy book that we recovered, it suddenly was empty and it's on me and I don't know. It just was there.
Chet will then just go, "Oh yeah."
I know that's only been like 6 years ago. How did we forget?
It's like,
Sorry,
we
I
found
was caught
what?
up. I was too caught up in my own thing.
You
Yeah, see, this guy's not even a ninja, so he can do whatever he wants, and it doesn't matter.
you have
We
the
found
written
what?
history of the immortals on you. Do you understand? You may not understand how important that is.
Wait, what?
You have the written history of the immortals. Something that the Izzo Empire has tried to destroy every copy of that there was out there.
Nobody's touching.
Banned book.
You are a
Banned
banned book.
Chet's gonna
You are a banned book.
Chet's gonna grab Guy's arm and like look closely at the text and just be like, "Cool. Does it say where they are now?"
You mean the immortals?
I mean, if
mean,
they're immortal,
they're
they're still
immortal.
around, right?
Yes.
So
They-
where are they?
It's said that they come and go to an island that is north of our lands. And that they travel the sea to get to us, give us their knowledge, and live amongst us for a while before they leave again.
I'm gonna quickly cover up and says, well, how do we know if any of this is even real? It could just be like a fiction thing. You don't know. It could just be legend, myth.
Chet's hub just had a pop up for a new quest called Island of Immortals.
Nice. Did you accept though?
Yeah,
Are you tracking that quest currently?
it's like a Skyrim where you don't necessarily accept the quest. It's just you learn about it. Now it's there forever.
Now it's in your codex for the rest of time, and
Yeah.
it's just going to be there unfinished if you don't go back to it.
I will not lie. What you have on you may be your greatest bargaining chip of any sort.
Well, Guy, you know I can't resist a bargain.
I don't want to bargain my chips.
Chip.
Oh, are we gonna start calling Guy Chip now?
Oh no.
Chip and Chet. Every Thursday, every other Thursday.
I strike a
Right
cool
here.
pose next to Guy and hope that he does the same.
So that makes him Whiteo Chip.
Oh
White
no.
Guy Chip.
So
He's like a Lay's chip.
you're like,
Oh no.
Once you pop, you can't stop.
Gotta be done.
You're like a sour cream and cheddar ruffle.
This is the perfect pause for Ranto's camera. Did she pause for everybody else? Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
I see it.
Come back to us.
I'm working on it.
oh yeah, great.
Oh.
Hi.
Oh, bring back scary cam.
Please do.
Oh, there you go. You get
Yay, scary
some
cam.
scary cam.
That was the best, though. It really was.
Just
It really
for
was.
you.
Well, once once Seojun says that the Izu Empire is trying to get rid of every copy of this book, Kyo's mama bear radar goes off, and like she just does a couple little flippies and dances around Guy and is like, "Don't worry, they will not harm you in any way."
Yes, Chad, I agree. We do need a scary cam emote.
Yeah, we're gonna have to get a scary cameo.
Like a negative picture of me.
I'll work on it this week.
So,
I just want to say that guy currently has anime teary eyes right now in the realization of his like his sudden importance.
I will protect you, Guy.
uh-oh. Are you still there?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Cameras, what can we say?
I got 3 successes for my flippy shit that I'm doing around Guy right now to
Nice.
impress people.
Whoa, he made you roll?
No, she just wanted to, but that's it. That's technically a veteran success, so that's better than average. Wah, wah.
You're doing cartwheels around him.
Yeah, that's me doing cartwheels. I'm a big girl to be doing cartwheels, but my kimono stays nicely around my legs. It never flips up, and you have no idea how.
It's because it's centrical force. That thing.
Centrifugal force.
Centrifugal
you.
force? I mean, maybe, but you would think that, like, you would
I
think there'd be
watched-
some flappage, but there's no flappage.
I watched the audio commentary on the Scooby-Doo movie, and I know that it's just tape.
It is not. Okay, I had these bands specifically fitted for my beefy calves, okay? So just leave them alone.
All right. Well, you're now finally. She tells you that the next day or so we should arrive in Zhangyukui. It's during that next day as you're out on the river, the mist is heavy, that you finally find yourselves coming through the mist and seeing these great walls of the city. You're initially very surprised by how quiet it is. That is until you begin to pass through them. There's a giant open arch on the river. The walls are this slate gray, very different from what you would see in your lands. These are not, the white, almost stucco painted walls. These are just stone walls, and they are 20 feet in width. As you are passing through them, it is a 20-foot tunnel from one end of that wall to the other side of it. As you're coming up to the wall, you're also seeing, domes and parapets that are not quite where you're from. And as you pass through it finally, that is when the sound of a city now hits you. And so just give me one moment.
You don't have to announce every time you change your sounds, dear.
But I like to.
I mean, okay. He just likes to telegraph his moves.
All right. So once inside the city, it seems to spring to life, with buildings that are more of an orange color of a setting sun, perhaps, and thousands of colorful banners that sway in the breeze. Jun smiles as several workers now rush over to help her and your party depart the boat. Many of whom stare at your foreheads and make gestures and whispers. But at least they are cordial as they help. Now, your friend then offers to see you to the area known as Discovery Road, which to find lodgings. June does warn that Izzo coin, or pretty much coin in general, is not accepted here anymore. The majority of the purchases are done with barter and rarely with a letter of credit from the elders.
Shit, I forgot about that.
Now, they further warn that avoiding too much in the way of conflict or fighting, as the vast majority of the area of Discovery Road is also frequented by the members of the Adventurers cast, which she is a part of, who may see the opportunity to cross blades with an outsider as an opportunity to gain prestige. Lastly, she recommends to Chet, again, do not mention the jump thing, okay? She kind of touches on that. But she says that she is going to go and inform the chiefs and the advisors that reside here for the assisters who oversee the Council of the Three, which is what this council is known as. And see what she can do about appointments and your arrival and your wish to meet with them. What are y'all doing initially?
I am going to go to Chet, and I'm going to hold out my hand. May I have the
I
gym
will
in
take
question?
your. Oh,
It's like,
Yeah. Yeah, it's just awkward handshakes. We're just like two fishes.
it's like rocket power.
Yeah. Yes, I will ask for the. I am asking for the gym. May I'm going to keep it safe. I'm not going to take it from you. Well, I'm going to take it off of you, but may I have it?
All right, I'm going to pass it to Kyo in secret because we're in a city and a lot of people are around.
Yeah, that works. Well, I was figuring we might be in the wagon.
So I'm gonna do that.
Uh,
We'll do that thing where I come up to you and it's in the palm of my hand and I'm like, "Hey, Kyo, how's it going?" And I shake your hand and I've just given you the gem.
all right, I got it. I'm like, hey, yo, I'm doing great. I'm doing great. Yeah. Secret handshake, and then I disappear into my awesome wagon and I pop open one of the smaller secret compartments with a secret move that no one knows but me, and I stash it in there.
Yeah, Farley and I agree. They're completely and totally smooth doing this.
We are completely smooth. We've been practicing this handoff since we were 8. Okay?
Now,
sure.
Yeah.
who else? That's what you two are doing. Guy, what are you doing? What is your reaction to all this?
He's asking me for a turtleneck.
I am just staring in awe at all of the hustle and bustle while still, fighting off all the insects that are after my tender bookworm flesh.
And
Because-
Ronto. Oh, I'm sorry. Please keep going. For Guy.
All I wanted to conclude with was that I'm a city boy. I'm not made for the swamp. I don't know how to deal with bugs. It's a little much.
Well, you are away from the swamp, and this is a city. In fact, I would say that this is every bit as grand as Firefly's Path, Hatari no Koji. Every bit, but different, obviously. Where Hatari no Koji is, a lot of wood, sloped walls, the paper, doorways and windows. This is much more open air. The buildings are that reddish color of, stucco, a little bit of maybe what people would refer to kind of, I'm trying to think, earthen buildings. Like the exterior has been caked on almost earthen, almost like a pottery glaze.
Like clays and
Yeah,
stuff like
exactly. And this, as you're entering, like the sights. Oh, I'm sorry. Before I get into that, Ronto, what about your character, and of course your pup, who everybody is staring at?
that. Rato hates the cities, as we all know. She's basically tried to squeeze herself and Camu back into the wagon and just like hermit up.
I mean, there's room.
Oh, we fit. We make it work. We're like,
I mean, you've been in the wagon the whole time anyway, so it's fine. Camu, although Camu is large enough that, we could just put him at the head of the mules, and he would probably be right at home.
Or he could be in the
Like-
wagon and his little, his tail sticking out the back end of it, kind of wagging as you're going.
I was gonna say I think he's in there, but like a leg or a tail is like always at some point something is sticking out just because like he has to stretch or like he doesn't care as much, so maybe he like rolls. But yeah, she's keeping herself nice and tight.
I figured you might be uncomfortable here, and Chet will pull out a little vial of swamp muck that he stored and hand it to you so you can apply it like sunscreen or whatever you do.
She looks at it, she's like, "What's up with the dirt water?"
You like that stuff. And then I'll leave.
A little taste of home.
She opens it and smells it. She's like, smells like he wants me to do something with this, right? She's gonna.
I think he wanted you to put it on, so you can
Let's
feel
do it.
more. Well, it enhances your natural aura.
Your naturalness.
I mean, I'm giving Guy a mixture of spices that serves as an insect repellent. Maybe this is a different kind.
She dunks it on her head and just sits there and waits for something to happen.
It's just a new dirt to introduce to your system.
I go over to one of the little. I've got like an apothecary wall, and I pull out one of the little drawers, and you see this balm come out, and I just rub this balm on my nose and on my upper lip, and I'm like, okay, yeah, that's better now.
Well, even with
Lisa
what all
Steve
you're
Kelly.
doing, like the sights and the smells and the sounds, the tastes that tantalize, greet you here are amazing. Before you even enter the town proper, you see small factories of weavers unloading carts of raw materials into soupy baths that will one day become the textiles more than likely here. Vast arrays of foods then as you're moving further into town. Noodles from different sources being crafted. Soups and broths of blended curries. Colorful pastes made from tantalizing spices. The familiar chicken to the rarely seen, in the Empire at least, rarely seen crustaceans. Imagine shrimp and crab from places you've never even imagined. An array of fruit that is more diverse than anything you've seen or smelled, and all of it is fresh. Which, from the area that you are in, remember, one of the, you went to a winter festival where the big thing was pickling, and the smell of pickled things was everywhere. So this is a very different kind of feel overall as you're moving your way through. Now, further along, you now begin to see various hotels and buildings that welcome travelers and refugees into them. And architecture, the best way I can describe it for your eye as a character would to say that it is more severe. Roofs are at more acute angles than you're used to, with steep ledges. Tall spires on the buildings that you guess like maybe the height of the spire displays its importance. Decorative and embossed patterning on the walls. And flat-worn stone roads. Like the roads here are entirely cobbled. And you find yourselves finally, June has escorted you to Discovery Road. And you see a great deal of people here. Refugees are going into some of the buildings. People are just waving them in. There are individuals carrying weaponry as well, of various kinds, going from between buildings. You hear laughter of people. You think it might be some sort of eatery nearby that you hear laughter from. What are y'all going to do?
I smell food.
I also
Anybody else
smell
smell
food. Does the steam from one of those ramen huts lift both me and Kyo into the air and we float into one of the stands?
Just like in the old Looney Tunes, I have got a dog scratching my back.
She wants to say hi. So, what about y'all? What would you do in this situation? I mean, brand new town. You're tourists. So I'm guessing, like you said, Kyo and Chet, you're headed off to go eat at the place nearby. Ronto, what are you going to do? Are you just going to stay in the wagon, or what are you going to do?
The smell of food is probably pretty enticing. I think she tries to see how close she can get a wagon to the stall, like physically close to it, and then we'll just kind of like lean out of one of Kyo's like track
I
windows.
was just say there's windows and stuff, so yeah, you could literally just pull up and then like, whoosh, and
Yeah, it's like going to Sonic.
like a roll top desk, just like, the little front just kind of rolls back, and sorry, she's over here. Like every time I move my arm, she's gagging me.
You'll struggle.
Okay.
She
okay.
wants mom to have her dice.
No, it's the fox now.
Oh.
But yeah, no, you could literally just do that, like Sonic. So you can just be eating at the window while Chet and I are inside.
Yep, I think she just like peeks out and she's like, okay. She just hands a slow, grubby hand, comes out with some coin, just first thing on the menu.
Do I need to roll anything to make sure that the shop owner is okay with me parking 4 mules outside their hut?
They don't mind. The roads here are very wide. You have a lot of people moving back and forth in different directions. But more than that, they're going to want you to provide some sort of currency, which of course more than likely you are able to do. And that way they can actually start a ledger for you.
Do they have... do I have currency that they'll accept? Because most of mine is Empire coin. So, but do I have knowing that my family does do merchant circuits and things like that, is it feasible that perhaps I have some type of currency that would be traded here? I have like a little currency exchange in my super awesome hidden wagon.
Well, that and it's trade and barter, which of course your character, I figure this is your shop wagon as well, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, this is the one that I can like pound on the side and like a whole like thing opens up and like music plays and it suddenly smells like Abercrombie and Fitch.
So, they will do essentially you trade something and they'll start a ledger, and we'll do a roll later of value to see if you end up with anything from this as well. How good a trade it is for you, or if you want to take the short end of the trade. How would you like to go with that?
I do not take the short end of anything, thank you.
All right.
I will talk my way into a hat and right back out again.
What about Guy?
Guy is marveling through the crowd, looking for any cultural differences that he can learn about. Anything that looks interesting and just unique. I must understand.
So, things that you're going to notice is that, obviously, gemstone. Everyone has one here. It is something that maybe your characters might be a little bit more used to now that you've been on the road here and you've seen the refugees and the various peoples along the way. Everybody has one, but you're seeing a higher amount of quality, and some of them are different. They're not all like one single type of gemstone. Some of them are very plain, earthen colored. Some of them are going to be brighter, almost ruby or sapphire in color. You're also going to see members of what you think like the crowd will part ever so often for somebody walking through, and you're guessing that that might even be a member of the Blossom Ninjas, just moving through the crowd. People show reverence and move out of the way. Things that your character, because your character is always taking an interest in the you know, different portions of the trade or other things. You got really excited talking to the one guy from the Land of Five Blades, and when he started talking about the trade from there, everyone here is also wearing hand-woven silk. So, which is going to be very different from the styles of silks that you're used to in the Izzo Empire, where things there are, use much more of a manufactured sense of the, the tight weave.
Yeah.
So, Kyo is very interested in that.
Yep. Well then, Kyo, if you look over and see one of the salesmen for this, one of the big things that they do is they'll actually take the silk and grab it in the middle and take a small ring and pull it through the ring, the entire thing, showing that it goes through the entire ring smoothly and doesn't catch and doesn't fray.
Yes, I'm very interested in this. I do not have any of that in stock currently.
Well, now that we've just eaten, you know what we could do?
Go shopping.
Shopping montage.
Shopping montage.
Makeovers!
Ooh, we'll do it just like travel mechanics. This is like the next half of the show.
Yeah.
Well, how's this sound? We're nearing the midpoint of our show for the day. We'll go ahead and take a break. Everybody, think about the things that you think that your character would want to acquire here during the break, and we'll come back. And yeah, if you would like to, we can do it as the travel montage style, where I will go around to each one of you, and I will create a scene for each one of you. But it'll be a quick scene, only one test.
Okay.
Does
I
that
like
sound
that
good?
idea.
All right.
Sounds
That
good.
sounds like fun.
We will be back in 10 minutes, folks. We are so happy to see everyone out there. Thank you so much, Amara Nugget and Rev and everyone. We are so happy to have y'all in chat. All right, we will see y'all in just one moment, or in 10 minutes, you know. And we are back. Hi, everyone out there in Twitch. And welcome to the returning portion now of Growing Shadows here. Oh. There we go. Sorry, I had a brief little hiccup there for Discord, I think. So, we find ourselves now in the city of Zhangqi, I believe it is. Let me go back up. Yeah, Zhangqi. So, my players would like a shopping montage. So, let's go ahead and start that off. And I'm going to say, hey, we need to get this party started. So, obviously, everything's done through barter system. One person here has something to barter with the best. So, let's get that going. We need to obviously sell some goods and have something on the ledger that counts as capital in this environment.
All right. Can I just make a roll to come up with something?
Yeah, I figured that you could, if you wanted, either your craft based on stuff you have on board, or your travel, or anything else.
In looking around, is there anything? Can I use like an appraising eye or something to see if there's something that I'm like, you know what? You've got that fancy fine silk, but I've got this wonderfully breathable linen that and I have some kimonos made in it, and it holds a beautiful vibrant color, and is kind of stain resistant, and and I just start doing my thing out there with my kimonos on mannequins.
Yep. Go ahead, and like I said, we're doing this as the travel montage rule, so single roll. And I'm setting the difficulty at 1. That's the so we can get some raises going for everybody else.
So perhaps crafts and persuade, maybe, or knowledge and it's all the same.
If it's the same, crafts and persuade, and do you have that? Yeah.
And on my for my profession merchant in my character build, I get a +2 persuade when haggling or negotiating.
All right.
And the other one doesn't apply. The other one is +1 persuade to convince someone to let us into a restricted area.
All right, let's go for it.
So, give you 1 second. I got 3 in crafts, 3 in persuade, and then the +2.
Looks like we also have some karma for both the party and the GM too.
Oh, awesome! Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, we have. We also have 2 rerolls on the table that chat group gifted us earlier. So, in case anyone missed that, we do have those as well.
So difficulty starts at 1. Every 3 past that is going to get you a raise that you can pass along to the rest of the group.
Y'all, can I spend one of those rerolls?
Well, we got another one from chat as well, so yeah.
We did just get another one. That's awesome. Yep, handing them out like Oprah. That's right. Yeah, if I could use one, I feel like I can roll better than this. I got 3 successes, but I feel like we could get more from that.
Sounds fair to me.
And can I use on a reroll? Can I add karma, or do I have to call that before my first roll?
I will let it go today. We're leaving the book and doing something new.
Sweet. Okay, well, I'm going to spend a karma and add another dice to that as well. All right, that is better this time. I got 5 successes.
All right, so that is passed by 3 with the difficulty, so that gains 1 boost for everyone else. And I'm going to say with the amount of successes, because 5 is technically a legendary success, you are definitely getting the better end of the deal. everybody is, you've gotten several people over looking at it. People nudging, each other, and it's like, they even look at it and they're like, we think that we see that you have some material also from the Land of Five Blades, which your character had visited before, prior to this campaign.
I, in fact, do have land from the earth, or cloth from the land of the Five Blades. Are you interested? And I like tap tap on the side of my wagon, and a little rack falls down, and spaced out, or not spaced out, but kind of overlapping nicely are a number of fabrics. There's a slight shimmer to them, and almost as if there's like threads of metallic threads woven throughout, and all of the fine, tight weave, high thread counts.
You end up trading for quite a bit, and you're looking at a very lucrative deal if you can get all this stuff back, to your home, back, all the way back to the New Empire. So, that's one boost as well. Do you want to pass it along to someone else as a streak bonus, or do you want to do something else with it?
I'm gonna pass it along.
All right. Who would like to go next? Who has something that they really think their character is going to be looking for here? Guy.
I know what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to bring out my trusty shamisen, and I'm going to perform to try and gather a crowd in order to make instant friends to hopefully learn about the general whereabouts of the city.
All
For the
right.
express purposes of fighting the library.
Excellent. All right. I'm going to say that I'm going to set the difficulty here. It is on a thoroughfare, so you do have a lot of people, but it also means people are going to be moving around a lot, trying to get where they're going. I'm setting the difficulty at a 3.
And do you mind if I make that check with a perform and persuasion?
Perform and persuade sounds great. You also, if you decide to use the streak bonus from Kyo, that will add another dice to your pool, or you can pass that on still to someone else later.
I will keep that in the pool because I'm rolling 9 dice already, so I think
Okay.
I am confident, but we'll see. Four successes.
All right, 4 successes. Not enough to get a streak bonus or another boost to the everything, but you do attract a crowd who marvel at your instrument, marvel at your skill, and enjoy the tune that you're playing. It definitely lifts some spirits locally, and some of them do, obviously ask, and they're like, "You're not from around here, but you seem this. Perhaps you need a guide or something along the way."
Yes,
or...
please.
And
I
so,
am more than ready.
several of them also inform you of where they work or places where you can seek them out. And we'll say that is what gains you your group of friends.
Friendship.
All right. Now we're down to Chet and Ronto.
You can
I
go
have an
if you want.
idea. Okay.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna try to find a local smith or armorer and try to, find a cool novel weapon to buy, like one here that I've never seen anywhere else. If they have like their own special, like, we use this kind of sword that's it looks like a sword, but it's got this cool thing about it. And then also, while in there, he's going to try to gauge, based on what kind of weapons they have, what traditional fighting styles they use in this land. And I was thinking knowledge and fighting check.
All right. Yeah, let's go for it. I'm going to set the difficulty at a 2. Do you wish to use the boost that's been passed along so far?
Yeah, I'll use it.
All right.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 succeed.
Okay, so your difficulty was 2. That puts you 1 success over to 5. So it doesn't get you 2 boosts, but it does get you an additional boost, or at least puts the boost back out for Ronto. Uh, I will get with you more on that, but let's just say that more than likely, I would say that your character would be enthralled by a heavier blade, something that shows quite a bit of heft and weight to it. There are also quite a few spears here, especially spears that are bladed with what look like short swords on the end.
Ooh.
That's probably one of the things that I'll grab also.
They do inform you that it is a very popular weapon, much more common amongst the adventurer caste, but it's also a common weapon of the Kyobo's, pox, that they do carry it as well. So, moving on to Ronto, though, we'll say that you get those 2 weapons. Ronto, what are you looking for?
Good question. I don't think there's anything particular that Ronto is looking for. She takes what she needs when they're doing their travels. But I think at one point when she has to stretch and she has to let Camo stretch, they step out of the wagon while Kyo is making deals. And with the added tinge of stink from Chet's swamp juice, I think it attracts a very foreboding-looking salon stylist with big mom energy who is like, "You're coming here." And I think I would like to spend Ronto and Camu's montage just going on a wild escapade trying to get away from this mom energy person who's like, "You're getting a bath."
I'm going to set the difficulty at a 3.
Okay.
And you're talking about getting away, so I'm definitely going to request speed as one of those.
Yes. So,
Yeah.
speed.
I would
Go ahead.
actually like to request empathy, so you do not insult them in doing so.
Interesting. Yeah. Okay.
She was hoping for stealth.
I know.
This was gonna be a full bolt, but I like it because it's probably too crowded for her to do that with Camo anyways. Also, I kind of want her to fail, so. Okay, so speed and empathy. That is actually no successes. No ones, but no successes.
Wow. Do you want to use one of the rerolls from chat?
No, I think it's fine.
Now we're
We'll
gonna
save
get a
it.
full-on Emerald City Wizard of Oz fix-up of Dorothy and the Lion.
Yep. It's like a Beast in Beauty and the Beast when he gets his herald. And Camu too.
You've all been out shopping and gotten these things. Chet, you're enjoying the heft and the feel of these weapons as you carry them back to the cart. And obviously, Kyo, you are loving all these things that you've gotten. Guy, you actually find that there are a few different places that are libraries. There's actually a public library, and there is also a place that nearby sells books so that you can take them out of the city.
And let's
But-
not forget that I successfully shopped for friends.
Absolutely. And it's while all this is going that your nose is affronted by something. As Kamu and Rantu make their way around the cart, dolled up and gussied up, there's actually a little bit of makeup on Ranto to highlight her cheeks. A little bit of a lighter color under the eyes to make her seem younger than she already seems. It is perhaps the nicest you've ever seen her. And the lady, of course, is following along with a little bag of supplies and makeup for you to apply when you need it. And she does this, just patting your hand as she escorts the two of you. Uh, and finally, she sees herself off, and she's just like, you should really, take care of yourself well, dear. Take care of yourself well. You know, you know.
Oh, oh, um, oh, wow, wow. It 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 looks good. It looks really nice. I'm speechless. Literally speechless.
It's wrong.
It's not wrong. No. This is fine. This is fine. This is good. And Kamu, you look like such a good boy. Look at that big handsome boy.
He's
It
just,
was
he's happy, but
fine.
he actually flops down and rolls over on his back to show his belly, so he gets a little dirty. But he's just like, people paid attention to me. Life is great.
It looks, honestly, Ronto, it's a look.
I should explain that the smell is that salon smell of, if you've ever been to a mall, that visible changes in the mall back in the day, that smell of the perm and all the the hair product. That's the smell.
Just
The-
vaguely smells like nail polish remover.
Yeah, vaguely of nail polish remover, and also that permanent solution smell of liquid ass. It's just, I don't know if anybody here, probably not, because Justine has naturally curly hair, but my mom got me a perm, and always got perms, and you knew, like, walking up to the house from the driveway, that a perm was happening, because that perm solution was just terrible.
The opposite. I got the relaxer treatment, and it is equally chemically smelling.
Yeah, like, if anybody knows what Nair or Veet smells like that, but for somehow it keeps your hair on your head. It just makes it do a thing.
Yeah. If you grew up in the 80s, you know that smell, because every time you went to the mall to go get your pretzel, you had to walk past the visible changes.
Ours was a Paul Mitchell, but it still stank. It was liquid Kim ass.
Kim ass.
And you had to endure it to get to your either Wetzels or Auntie Anne's, depending on what your preference is.
Right? Or we had Topsies. I didn't experience Auntie Anne's until I moved to the South. We had Topsies popcorn and Orange Julius.
Ooh, I like that.
And the Great American. Well, there were two cookie places. There was the Great American Cookie Factory. I think they were the one that also had fudge in the window.
With their birthday cake size cookies that they always showed, you always hoped your parents would get, but they never did. Anyway.
Now we're just talking about mall in the chat.
We've derailed.
So you
I think Ronto.
Oh no.
Oh, sorry. I was just gonna say she just kind of like crawls back into the wagon. Doesn't even bother. Like, Camu can do at this point whatever he wants. She just crawls back into the wagon and just sits there like the Grinch.
There is a local, essentially, hotel that is nearby that you managed to secure rooms at. Are you going to try to stay in maybe one or two rooms, or are you going to try to get everybody your own room? You do have, you're young adults, you have money, you have the choice. Or I should say you have trade on the ledger.
I'd see about everyone getting their own room. Chet votes for that.
We can afford it.
Yeah.
Guy believes that because we are ninja on a mission, we should be paired into groups.
I mean,
Groups.
okay.
And debate. No, just kidding. What are your choices? What do you wish to do? There's two of you, two guys, two girls, to a room, or yeah.
I'm gonna pull Chet aside and I'm gonna go. Guy would prefer to share a room with you. And considering, there's a chance, he's got this apparently sacred tome emblazoned upon his body. Um, he could, he might be able. I mean, he might could use the protection.
Right.
I mean, maybe they have one with a communicating door, so technically you have your own room, but there's just one door in between.
No, I think it'll be okay if we share a room. I was mostly just like, I know that she is not as bad now, but sharing a room with Ronto can be a little much. I mean, we've all been in the back of the wagon before.
We've been in the back of the wagon for like days now. It's kind of sucky.
I'm kind of nose blind to it now, but like.
But we're nose blind to the point that I can't tell if I smell that way too, right?
Yeah,
right? I'm not the only one, right? Okay.
We just had a whole montage dedicated to fixing that.
This is true. I mean, now she just smells like I don't know what that is. It's unnatural. I'm not. I really think it's going to impair her and Kamu's ability to smell danger. Like they used to be real good at that, but I think we're kind of screwed now.
You're right. I miss the old Ronto.
Before she got too pretty, it was better than this.
Yeah, she got pretty and then she changed.
And she changed. I mean, we're gonna have a whole end of the Chronicles of Narnia chat about Ronto discovered lipstick in boys and then was just different.
Next thing you know, she'll start wearing shoes.
Yeah.
And
What?
then where's Ronto?
Y'all are having this whole conversation, and she's in some corner or in some area where she's just got her hands in her hair, and she's like messing and trying to undo all of it.
I can see.
I see her pounding on, showing up at Chet's door and being like, more pond water now.
They scraped the blood off of me.
I can see that part of her is trying to get out, and I hope she does.
While you
She's a prisoner.
Talking and actually going into the hotel, making this decision, a few individuals stop you. And one of them is this large man, muscular, carrying two swords on his back, puts a hand out on who would actually be kind of in the lead of your group coming in.
Probably me.
It would, yeah.
It'd either be me or Chet.
That was what I was gonna say. One of the two of us.
Whoa. And he looks at your group. And what are you doing here?
Looking for a room?
And a group of about 4 other people kind of slide up next to him. Really? He's looking you up and down, walks around. Probably, Chet, are you still carrying those weapons?
Yeah, I probably have them slung across my back in a cool X pattern.
If I see them looking at his weapons, I'm gonna be like, joke's on you, he doesn't even need them.
Oh, really? Wow, we got ourselves some. I think I don't even know what to call them. He looks you up and down, and he looks at your forehead for a long time. You think you can just come into one of our places?
We
Yeah,
were
I'm pretty sure I can.
we were told by someone of what is their
The Phantom
what is the
Voices.
yeah, we were actually accompanied here by one of the Phantom Voices, and we're told that this is where we needed to come first.
Okay. Uh, with
And I
that,
am trying to intimidate
yeah,
this guy.
Chet, let's go for an intimidation on that because that will actually perk some ears. Uh, they're going to try and go with some discipline, and because this will be a versus roll, and they're trying to be
Mhm.
intimidating too.
So I'm trying to do an intimidation, and let me look.
Baby, come
Oh
on.
no.
Can I do intimidation and knowledge because I have learned from her that ninja clans are more respected.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. And then let me see what else I get. So I get +1 to intimidation for staring someone down. Can this apply?
Yes.
Okay. And then do I get any other thing for intimidation? Uh, only if my reputation is known to the person I am speaking to, which it probably isn't.
Okay. Sorry, I the reason I mouthed the word is because we've got two cats that have decided to play in the middle of our show right now.
And they just knocked over a bunch of crap. So thanks, kids.
Animals. Animals.
Okay. That's 2, 3. I got 3 successes. Do you think I should use one of the rerolls, guys? I'm rolling 10 dice,
Yeah,
and I rolled a
use a
10
reroll.
and an 8.
Yeah, you could get
I
some
think that's
boosts out
fine.
of that. Go for it.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, Pronto. Did you use the boost that I had gotten earlier?
Nope. Still
So
free.
that's still in. Okay, I'm gonna use that too. Let's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1 extra dice from the boost. 4 successes. So not a lot better, but a little better.
Well, he got 2 successes, so you still beat him. You just didn't get a boost out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. You mentioned the clan, and even though you are not Blossom Ninja or even of this land, the need and innate desire to show deference in that situation catches all of them. It's when you that at that point that you hear an older voice enter the room, and it kind of says, "I can't believe that you would treat these fine people, these guests, in such a manner in this city." And turning around, or looking over at this individual, you see an older woman wearing red robes. A ruby is inset into her forehead. She appears to be in her 50s, maybe 60s. Uh, and at the same time, she has markings that appear as almost think not so much wings, but streaks as well in red around the gem on her forehead.
Feeling like I've completely won my encounter with this guy, I will turn and face this elder, completely exposing my back to him because I have no fear of him.
Greetings. And she actually walks over and she extends hands, tries to shake hands with all of you. A very cordial greeting, like both hands. And just says, welcome to Zhang Yukui. And let me let me look for a name really quick. I do have it here. I just have to pull back up my list. I am So Hyun. And I am a member of. And she looks over with her eyes, kind of. She lowers her head a little bit, at the gentleman with the weaponry, and is like, "I am one of the Sisters of Blood here, and this is our city."
Yeah, spell her name for me, please.
Sohyun is Sohyun.
Okay, thank you.
It. You are. You are from not from these lands, but all are welcome here in this city, especially in these times. And she looks at them again when she says that. All are welcome here.
I look at them as well, and then back to her, and I say, "Thank you," and then back to them.
You know, I get the strong suspicion that things have gotten off on the wrong foot here. I would like to suggest something.
Open to suggestion.
In your lands, do you have friendly competitions?
Um,
Do we?
Boy,
We
do
do.
we!
Our land is currently beset by war, so they're not as friendly as they used to be.
Feel the mood.
Well, be that as it may, we do have a form of competition that I think would be a good learning experience for everyone here. A way to build a little bit of camaraderie and ease tensions. Perhaps you would be interested?
I'm
Sure.
interested.
Yeah, I'm interested.
Very good. Gentlemen, bring a shield. And two shields. And they actually seem to relax a little bit at that. And says, please, please, follow me.
Shields? I look
Yes.
at I look at Chet. I look at Chet and I'm like,
Chet,
shield?
yeah, Chet. Chet is lightly vibrating.
She escorts you to a large open area. It's slightly raised in the city. It's about, say, short of a foot area that is raised, covered in clay, where it looks like perhaps performers of various kinds gather during different times of the day. We have a game that we actually play. It's traditional amongst our people, but it's called Horse and Rider.
What are the rules and how do I become the best at it?
She chuckles. Well, first, they know what they're doing, and they all go over to the opposite side. These five men go over to the opposite side, and they pick amongst themselves. But she just kind of waves them as if they know what they're doing. So, who here would you say has the greatest amount of balance, but yet weighs the least?
That's not me.
Chet's not paying.
I'm neither of those.
Ronto's not paying attention. She's trying to figure out how you take this hair clip out of her hair that got very intricately placed.
I would say that I may have better balance, but Ronto definitely weighs the least.
So, the way that this is done is that a team hoists one person onto a shield. They will stand on top of it, while the other people hold it over their heads. Horse and rider. You then will charge at the other team, and the goal is to batter each other, run the shields into one another, but stay on the shields. The idea is that if one of you, the idea is to get the person who is the rider off their horse. and so they will be trying to take that person down. And I will be honest, there is a little bit of martial prowess in this. They will try to trip up the horse as well.
Okay, what are we not allowed to do?
Make anyone bleed.
I'll lean over to Yo and just be like, that might be hard actually. Like we're all really strong. Like especially compared to the even Guy compared to those
fuck
guys,
yeah,
we're all
strong.
like really strong.
We're the strongest. We're the strongest. You think we can use key?
Like I mean,
You actually say
I
that.
can't.
I do say that. Quietly
Oh.
to Chet.
She still hears it. Oh, you're a ninja.
Oh shit, she's got good ears.
I would ask for them to save face that you're not.
Oh,
This is, after all, supposed to be a friendly competition.
I mean... Sorry.
Things must be fair.
Can they not do it?
No.
Oh. Oh. That sucks.
It's not that bad.
So we're gonna have to like really tone it down so they don't bleed.
Okay, I can. Chet almost throws up a little bit. I can pull my punches.
I'll just,
They may impress you, After all, what they learn about you, I hope you learn about them as well.
I'll just focus on looking intimidating.
Wait, we'll put you in front. I think.
As a quick
Guy?
reminder, this is Twan speaking, not Guy, because Guy's a wallflower. But Guy is also equally shrimpy as Ronto, and probably has the least points in any physical skill.
Oh, that's true. Are you good at balance?
I have 1 athletics.
I mean, I imagine even though like that's the case, underneath because of all your ninja training, underneath your like loose clothes, you're still pretty ripped.
I think just the bare minimum needed to do what I do.
Wiry, lean, and wiry. So are you saying you would rather be on the shield, or?
I am saying that as the player, it probably makes sense for a Guy to be on there because he is the least likely to draw blood.
Okay.
That's true.
Hey, man.
Yes.
Yes. Can our dog play too?
I don't think so.
Now, there's nothing in the rules that says that a dog can't play basketball.
Let the dog play the basketball. No.
Okay. I just wondering. Don't worry. Might give you a leg up. Wouldn't it be funny if Kamo was in here and he just lifted a leg on them? That would be funny.
Oh no.
If we're outdoors, Camu's definitely here.
Well, the sooner you climb on the shield, it looks like they're already ready. And you see that there is now a man balanced on the shield on top, with 3 people holding it over their heads. The shield is immense. It is a rounded shield, much like the one that you will be on.
Well, did we happen to see while we were plotting and ignoring them, did we happen to possibly catch a glimpse of whether or not he got on the shield before they lifted it up or after?
After.
Okay. Then get on the shield, Guy. We're going to show him up.
What? And I imagine that it's just a number of quick scene cuts of just Guy getting picked up, then placed on the shield, then hoisted up, and it's like, what's just happening?
Oh, you see, I pictured it as Kyo saying that, and then Guy going, "What?" And then it zooms out, and you're already on top of the shield.
That too. One of those two.
Yep.
All right. Chet, give me a perception and fighting check.
Okay. Do I get any pluses to perception? On hearing. Am I listening for stuff?
No.
Okay.
This deals more with the fighting portion of that.
Yeah. Okay, I got 4 successes.
All right. You pick up that they are utilizing a fighting style, all of them together.
Like one singular fighting style, or they're each using a different fighting
As they are using a style in conjunction altogether.
It's some sort of like Megazord fighting style.
Is it enough? Is it something I recognize?
No.
Okay.
They're forming Voltron.
Would I be able to real quick use a knowledge fighting check to improvise a fighting, like a strategy for us to combat their style?
Absolutely. But go ahead and give me another knowledge fighting.
Okay.
Oh, I
Right.
just got visions of Ginyu Force.
Yeah. Can I use a karma, my people?
Yeah, for
Sure.
sure.
Okay. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Wow, 7?
Yeah.
Their fighting style, like I said, is unlike anything you've seen, but it is deliberate. It is rhythmic, as they are swaying forward and backwards, and after a few sways, like they all take a step together as a group, swaying forward and backwards, taking another step as a group. The person on top, their legs seem to reflexively answer, as if even as the shield is moved, it's like imagine someone riding the surf, that going over something on a surfboard, or skaters going over a small hill.
Where it's like their torso, their trunk is staying in the same place, and their legs just bend and stretch with it.
You look at this movement and this rhythm, and with your knowledge of fighting that you have gained as a monk, and know that what they're doing is they're offsetting their ability to be fast with the ability to deliver much more powerful strikes.
Okay. So with that in mind, I will communicate to the rest of the team a good strategy on how to counter it. Like, look, I've never seen this before, but this is what they're doing. And
We can do that.
We've just got
I
sports anime.
think I know a way that we can get around it.
I mean, I used to use a rowing machine. Is that same kind of motion?
It's similar, but we're gonna have to do this on the fly.
Okay.
A good thing the three of us have trained together for years.
Absolutely.
Well,
And
There's only 3 of us down here.
Listen,
the three of us are down here doing the bulk of the movement.
I have a question, both as Justine and as Ronto. If Kyo and Chet are hoisting the
shield.
shield, can Ronto reach? Are they pushing it overhead?
I think we'll be on like the sides, so we can
Okay.
hold it like lower.
Okay, and then I'm
You look
Oh,
like a
it
hot rod
does.
with the big tires in the back, or the ones from the big races where it's the long car with the big wheels in the back. Yeah.
Formula One, is that what that is?
They kind of do the same thing, but yeah.
Like one of those cool,
Yeah, the big dragsters.
one of those cool tricycles.
Yeah. So, what is your tactic overall as a group? And then each one of you will be either acting or responding based on what happens. Are you trying to match their style?
Uh,
I think we were trying to respond to their style.
yeah, with like a counter style.
All right.
Yeah, that's better.
Yeah, in every way.
Chet, what styles do you have in martial arts?
Okay, so the only fighting style that I've picked, and I never use it, is the Mantis style,
Okay.
which is about going in quick and hard.
Do you have anything from your being a monk? Because this will not show up. That deals with stamina. That deals with taking hits.
Oh, well, yeah, I have my Iron Body technique.
You might want to use that.
That deals more with ranged attacks. If we want to like fudge it, this
I'll let it go.
one
Yeah, in this case,
competition.
absolutely.
Okay. Now let me pull out my Empire's Reign book. Page. I
But
think I'd have earmarked it by now.
as you're going through that, I'm going to go ahead and narrate it a little bit. But so they are approaching slowly. This is not like rushing to strike you down with a battering ram. And step by step coming around the arena. Now, are you going to go out to meet them? Are you going to rush them? Are you going to try to go around them? And at the same time, Guy, you can help with that. I mean, obviously you're up on top. You can give some perception as well.
So, I think
My perception's not that great, so I probably won't be able to help much.
if they're going in rhythm, our actual main strategy should be to offset their rhythm.
Okay.
So I think that while they're in like their rocking phase, we need to get in and interrupt it, or at least like knock one of them off rhythm or off balance, and the whole thing should topple.
I'm going to say with that you're going to be using an intuition and probably fighting.
Okay. I will do that.
Or fortitude.
But intuition is definitely one of them.
Yes.
I'll do intuition fighting. It'd be the same. I have the same stat in fighting and fortitude, but for story reason.
All right. I'm going to set your
I'm doing fighting.
I'm going to set your target at 1 so you can provide boosts to the rest of the group.
Okay. Well, I got 2. I just rolled 1 10.
We got more rerolls. I think we're up to 3 again.
Okay. Do you guys mind if I use one?
Sure.
Right. Okay, I got 4. No, 5.
Hooray!
2 9s, 3 8s. That's a full house.
All right, so they also got 5, but as always, tie goes to my players. That's the way I roll with every game. So your 2 shields, your 2 groups meet on the battlefield, offsetting to their rhythm under Chet's guidance with this. And the shields clang together. Guy, I'm going to say that you're going to need to make an athletics check with a 1. This, y'all did very good. You managed to offset what was going on, but you still need to stay on the shield. So your target difficulty is a 1.
All right. And so athletics, and can I have the other half of this be maybe discipline to kind of stabilize myself?
Absolutely.
Alrighty.
We also have karma if you want to use any. We have 3.
Alright, I will go ahead and use 1. I'm currently rolling 5 dice. And so the extra 1, so I'll go ahead and use 1 karma. Roll 6 dice. 1, 2, 3. I got 3. I think I'm on.
You managed to stay on. You don't raise any boosts for anyone else, but now we are in the thick of it. Those of you at the bottom, you notice that they are now lashing out with their feet, trying to kick you or hook their feet behind your knees or under your ankles, trying to throw off your balance or trip you. So you can, of course, counterattack if you so wish, or these are going to be contested rolls. So I am looking for how it is that you're going to contest it. And that will build your dice pool to see your dice pool versus theirs, what goes off. I'm not doing initiative with this. Each one of you is going to be responding in different ways.
So, my fighting style is bear and earth, and so mostly it's like intimidation and armor, physically for me, or physical or mental for me. So I'm probably, if I'm in the front, I'm just gonna be like staring into the soul of this person across from me, and like just with the power of my keen eye, just stabbing daggers into his weak little heart, and hoping that he falls out of rhythm.
All right. For the one that's taking you on, he is trying to kick out to try and knock your leg, one of your legs out from underneath you and cause you to stumble.
Moi?
Yes.
Excuse me? Has he seen me? I am the equivalent of a human wall.
Well, he's going to be rolling fighting athletics. And so
Alright.
for you, based on your skills and your the necessary skills for your fighting style.
Mine can be, like intimidation, I get a boost on, or I get a +2 on intimidation. And then, I also have thick skin, which is a +1 armor per level, which I have 1.
I'll let that apply in this case, definitely.
And if I get a boost on my Way of the Earth, but if I don't know if that means I have to use a Way of the Earth jutsu, but if it just means I get a boost, then I get a +1 armor against choice, either mental or physical.
Okay, so technically you have to choose one of your fighting styles to stay with, although I think there is a way for the Wardens of Equilibrium to activate too. I think there's a jutsu that will let you do that. We'll look that up later.
Yeah, I don't think I have it, so I'll just stick with the bear. I think it fits better. So if I can, I'll do intimidation and fighting, I guess.
Yes.
That'd be a good roll for me.
Let's see how it goes.
Well, it's a good roll because I have that +2, because otherwise it's not. So I'm gonna spend a karma. We did get a karma and a reroll back, so I'm gonna spend a karma to get one more die. Making sure I don't have anything else that benefits intimidation. No. Did you give me a difficulty?
It's a contested roll. I can tell you that I have rolled, and that he has 2 successes.
I have 2 as well.
It'll go to you on the defend. As always, players get it for me. You match his rhythm and knock him off a step for a moment. You kind of maybe do a little kind of, as you're carrying the shield over the top of your head, you kind of maybe make a look or a pass that you're trying to do something, or just psych him out. And he loses rhythm for a moment. I'm going to give his team a -1 on their next check. Love it. Thank you. All right. So, with that, with those of you who are below, so that's Chet still and Ronto, what are you going to do? Who would like to go next in this group?
I have an idea.
All right, go for it.
Okay. So I actually, with my new Rhino style, I have destabilizing strikes. So as they are kind of kicking at us, I would like to kind of retaliate. Um, let's see. Rhino stylist. Da, 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 da. I'm making sure I'm reading it right. Rhino stylists know all about knocking their opponents off balance during a fight to gain the advantage. With the boost, they may create an instant knockdown effect, throwing their target back, which is might plus 5 feet. They need to make a moderate to athletic speed check or also fall to the ground. So I think what she would do is kind of like hoist herself up, since you guys are taller and kind of holding the shield, and um, on the sides, she'll hoist herself up and then kind of like kick her feet downward and do like a little slide where she'll boom to kind of get at their feet
All
and
right.
trip them up a bit. Okay, so athletics and speed, that should be 4 and 4. Correct. Okay,
He actually is
4
going
and
to
4.
try to lift his legs up out of the way and try to wrap them around you as you come at him. That is his
I
goal.
was almost going to do that. Okay, do you guys mind if I take a karma? Do we have any left?
Take it.
We do. We have 2.
Cool. Cool, I will take one.
I'll tell you right now
Uh,
before you announce yours, I got 5.
I don't
We
think
have
I got
rerolls
5.
too.
I will need a reroll because this was stinky. That was only 2 successes. So I will definitely take a reroll if that's okay.
While you're rolling, I do have a question, GM.
Yes.
And that is, with the armor that I had, would that have gone against his contested roll, or would that have only resolved if he'd succeeded?
Because of the way we were doing this with the sport, and also the fact that the ability to take a blow is a part of this, I would have let it count as an extra dice. I'm sorry if I was not clear on that.
I did not take an extra dice for that. That's okay.
Technically, even if you succeeded with that extra dice, you still beat him. That you got, yeah.
Right. It doesn't
Oh,
matter.
actually, no. I said I was going to take away a dice from them based on you winning that tie. So, Ronto, they only got 4 successes.
Well, only got 3.
You can re-roll again. We have 2 more.
Oh,
No, we established in season 2,
That's right. Only
players
one
only
reroll.
get 1
Oh.
reroll per roll.
that's fair.
'Cause we were running into us just constantly rerolling
Having
until we
tons.
succeeded.
Yeah.
That's
So-
fair. I'll take the L.
He wraps his legs around you. Now, that is going to be the extent of what he can do on this turn.
You son of a bitchin' pervert!
I'm hanging onto the shield.
Okay. So I see that go down. I see the thing that happened with Kyo go down. And I think I'm going to cut out the middleman. I'm just going to do like a really cool, in some of my new silk pants. I'm going to do like a big, it's like the beginning of an axe kick where I'm essentially just kicking my leg straight up into the air to just kick the shield directly to try to knock it.
Nice. This one, the one that's nearest to you, he actually has a sash around his waist that he will rip off. And you notice that it is somewhat weighted at the end, and he is going to try and grab Guy's leg with it.
What is with you guys and trying to grab my friends, creeps?
And then if it's weighted, he's doing that. And I instead try to kick the weight on the sash so it hits their shield instead of me kicking the shield directly.
I will let you do that if you spend 2 karma.
We have 2 karma.
That's exactly what we have left.
Nice.
Do it.
Okay.
Yep, for exchange of karma, which that is a mechanic in this game, my players can use karma to rewrite events as they take place. I mean, what else would you like to do with karma if you had it?
Alright. So I'm thinking fighting because I'm kicking, and fortitude to keep balance and hold the shield with one foot in the air.
All right.
Okay.
Go for it.
Let me see.
I'm going to
If I
spend my
get-
GM karma as well to increase my dice
Okay.
pool.
All right. One, two, three, 4,
I got 3. So
5.
yeah.
I got 6.
Oh, enough for a boost over them. So do you want to add an additional effect to that?
If I can add the effect, the knockback effect on the rider.
Okay. He's going to need to make a athletics test for that. I will also I will take away 2 dice based on the weight of the sash, also striking their shield. All right. You notice that he begins to topple backwards. As he falls, he grabs the edge of the shield with the tips of his fingers and kind of pulls himself back up and, almost in a raised stand position, like he's doing a handstand, and, bends back onto the shield. I'm going to say both Chet and Ranto, with what you are seeing and what you're interacting with, go ahead and give me a fighting knowledge roll now.
Oof. And if you have 0 pips in knowledge, it's just fighting, right?
Yep. Yeah.
We do have 2 karma again, and we're back up to 3 rerolls.
I'll hold off on the karma.
Okay, I got
least-
6 again.
I got 2 successes.
You did succeed. Chet, you're going to get. I was going to set the difficulty essentially at a 1 because now you've interacted with it. So you will have a boost based off of this knowledge to go into combat this next round. The style that you are seeing and the way that they are acting reminds you, strangely enough, of a sloth. They are using the
Okay.
fighting style of a sloth.
All right. I'm going to use my boost to put another dice in the pool for someone who needs it.
All right. So, starting from the top again, they're going to try and run into the shield with Guy on there. So, Guy, go ahead and give me an athletics check, and pick someone from your team to roll an athletics with maybe either fortitude or might. And that'll decide what they got to beat for theirs.
Let's see here. Let's go ahead and pick Kyo.
Alrighty, 1 second.
Athletics. Let's see.
You said athletics and fortitude or might.
Indeed.
I'm gonna spend a
King
karma.
Lord, do not doubt the power of the sloth. Please. They are mighty.
You said athletics, not fighting, right?
Yes. He
I got
succeeds. Yeah, he succeeds. The shields clang together again. Y'all are this matching tempos way too well, and he makes his test to stay on there. And Guy, yeah, for yours. what do you
So
get?
I haven't figured this out, but what you're saying is that I am reacting to them just full on ramming into us, right?
Yes.
Then would you allow me an athletics and speed to use fancy footwork to kind of find the balance point?
Absolutely, yeah.
All right, let's hope this works. That's still only 5 dice. So how many karma do we have? We only have 1 left. All right. And do we have any boosts stocked up?
Well, you should
Or
get
have
one
the-
karma actually that Chet just put back in.
Oh, okay. That was my bad. I'll put it back in. Just
Well,
go
then
ahead and use it. Just use it, yeah.
Yeah. In that case, I'll go ahead and do that. So 6 dice. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 successes.
All right. I am going to say that, yeah, your fancy footwork, you stay on there without a doubt. Not enough to gain another boost for your team, but yet again, y'all are doing extremely well. But this
I'm
takes us to
hanging
the
in there, yo.
next moment with people who are your horse. Ronto, let's go ahead and deal with yours. He is just simply going to, let go of the shield that he's holding onto to try and use his weight to drag you to the ground. In a very
Oh, we can
somewhat
let go?
in a sleepy, almost comical manner, he just puts his hand behind his head and just falls to the ground, trying to drag you with him. That is his goal. What is your goal?
Uh, little legs. I'm gonna go ahead and try to slip out of his grip while still holding my grip on the shield, using athletics and might for pull.
Okay.
Let's see. Okay, that is 3 successes.
All right. He also got 3, but that is ties go to you. So I will say that you pull free of it. Guy, the shield tilts under this stress briefly. Go ahead and make another athletics check.
All right.
And I'm setting the difficulty at a 2.
Let's go ahead and I don't want to use the same one again. What can I get away with?
You tell
I'm,
me.
I'm running out of options here.
Well,
All right. I got something. If you'll let me be a little flexible with this.
Always.
Athletics and knowledge to see if I come up with the idea to actually to stand on their shield temporarily to regain my footing.
Let's do it. Yeah.
Because if Guy knows anything, it's how to find loopholes.
Truth. I did have an idea, but I don't know if it would work.
Let's see if Guy is quick on his feet to think of this. I get 3 successes on this.
All right. Yeah, absolutely. So you manage to stay. You step across their shield and back over. The sister of the blood calls out and says to the one that fell to the ground, she's like, "Sorry, dear, you're out. They have to carry it on without you."
Sacrifice was in vain.
And so that takes us on with the rest of the group. Kyo, what are you gonna be doing?
Since it doesn't sound like Guy is in a situation anymore, he's figured it out. And Ronto's still holding on, right?
Yes, y'all managed to keep it together.
I'm going to continue to just imply, perhaps without making a sound, that I'm literally growling at this. I'm just bear growling at this kid in front of me, and if I say anything, it'll be like, "Oh, your friend even bailed out. He knows this is a lost cause." And then I'm just gonna stare into his soul some more, and I'm gonna be like, "It's so empty in here."
Okay, so what are you trying to do? Intimidate and what else?
I'd like to go with I don't know. Can I be dumb and try persuade him to give up?
I will allow it. But he is going to instead. Now he's down 2 dice because they've lost a player. I will instead. He is going to try and end this quickly by kicking the shield.
Fine.
He got 2 successes.
I got 2 10s, an 8, and a 7, so I think that counts as 6.
All right. He stumbles.
Go home, Maynard.
Here, wiener.
All right.
Whoa,
last
we got
guy,
Maynard James
technically.
Keenan for this episode.
Yeah, what a tool.
Wow, nice, nice, nice. I like it. All right. So, technically, Chet and Ronto, there's one guy left. Y'all both have holds on this shield. What are y'all going to do?
So, this is Sash Guy.
Yes.
He's whipping his sash around still.
Yep.
I'm gonna
He's
try
whipping
to-
it back and forth.
I'm gonna try to grab hold of it and just yank him forward and make him lose balance, making the shield lose balance, making the rider lose balance. Like math.
All right, let's do it.
All right, I'm thinking fighting fortitude.
Yep. And he is, oh, I forgot, he's down 2. So y'all have a very low target number right now.
Okay, I got 3 successes.
All right. You beat him with his successes? Yeah. I'm going to let y'all describe it. Since essentially they are going to lose. The horse is going to go down. The rider managed to stay on top of the shield, but without the horse, no longer it's a victory. How would you describe it?
So he's whipping his sash around. He probably goes for Guy one more time. And I do that cool thing that Aladdin did, where he just like put his arm out, and you know that guy's whip just like whipped like wrapped around his arm. So I just do that for the sash, and then I just flex and yank, and he's just like whoa. He does a pratfall.
And as their shield comes down, Kyo times a kick and just kicks the edge of the shield and sends it
Ooh.
skidding back like air hockey.
Ronto and Guy, you get to contribute to this. Is there anything else that y'all are going to do? Cool
Oh,
poses,
Kyo did
whatever.
the exact same thing I was gonna do.
Oh, did I?
Do it.
Well, you probably are better at kicking than I am.
I will,
Do it
Nah, you beat me
together.
to it.
I will suggest that you do kind of a mirrored pose. That when when Kyo does the kick, you do the same kick but mirrored opposite next to her. So nice little Super Sentai pose as y'all do it.
Teamwork.
Guy, what are you going to do?
I'm hoping that while everyone that's part of the horse looks super cool and badass and everything, Guy is on the shield, on his back, arms akimbo, swirly eyes on him, having the hell time of a ride. Just like, what just happened to me?
He's still up there.
The shield falls. It skids across the ground, and the rider falls and tumbles, but his friends do catch him before he hits the ground too hard. The scene and the situations, the overall feeling has changed, and the Sister of the Blood this walks forward and it's like, that was very interesting to see. I thank you very much for indulging us. And there's actually a bit of a crowd that gathered during this moment, and some applause from some of them. And she this nods, so kind of a sagely nod. And the other team comes over, and the one that had squared off with you at first, he walks up and kind of lowers his head. I apologize if I offered any affront, and I'm sorry for the actions that me and my friends took.
I'm sorry we beat you.
I'll put a hand on his shoulder and say, I accept your apology. in the future, keep in mind, whoever you're speaking to could be someone you don't want to get on the bad side of.
They nod and they take it all in stride as you say this, but your words do hold wisdom, and we are we are warriors of our honor, and should you request it of us to journey with you or assist you, we will offer our assistance.
All right, I'm going to write down that we have summons.
Yeah, like, did they just volunteer to like come and fight with us if we needed them to?
Yes.
How old are these kids?
Oh, these are not quite kids. These are men in their 20s.
Beefy men.
Oh, we just kicked men's asses.
Yes, you did.
Yeah. It's less than... I'm also a man in my 20s, so it's not as impressive.
You're
Cute.
like, what, 19?
I think with everything that's gone on, I think Chet is 20.
Okay, and Ronto
He's-
is 21. I'm only 17. So.
Yeah.
The other rider will approach Guy and will, make a short nod, and he'll reach behind his back and pull out a colorful fan. Solid, though, not a folding fan, a solid fan made of a thin wood, but kind of a laminate fabric over the front of it. And he holds out to you and says, "It was interesting to challenge you. I think we all learned something here today."
Want to do it again, but thank you.
He chuckles
Very
at that.
weakly.
And the other team, they simply make their bows and depart. Well now, aren't we glad we all walk away as friends sometimes? And this is,
Yes.
of course, the Sister of the Blood saying this.
I have a question.
Yes.
Those guys, the reigning champions at this game, are we that now?
No. This is actually a traditional game, sport of our people. It was created by the warriors that the Empire refused us the right to train martially at a lot of times. And so, in order to train together in large groups, we created this game with the intent of learning a way in which warriors, with simple means, could take down a man on horseback. And so,
Interesting.
no, this is something that you'll find many people here in this area of the town are familiar with.
Interesting.
Be that as it may, it was nice to make all your acquaintances. I look forward to speaking with you tomorrow. And she makes a very curt nod to each of you and starts to walk away. Oh, I guess I should tell you. I am one of the Council of Three. June said that you were here in town, and we will be more than happy to meet. I hope you will forgive me this opportunity to test you.
Chet will just kind of give her like a little look, like he'll lower his sunglasses, give her like a little wink. It's kind of like yeah, I kind of figured that was who you are and what you were doing. It's not the first time we've wandered into a land, had people just be like, we're gonna make you do a thing.
Is this gonna be like gym leaders in Pokemon? Like, do we have to go find the other two gyms and find the other two council of three?
Well, what's
leading?
four?
Damn it!
All right. And we're actually going to go ahead and pull the scene to a close, and we will start up next game with all of you waking up the next day at the hotel. Unless there is something that you end up telling me that you would like to do before that point.
The only thing is that Ronto works tirelessly through the night to dishevel the
To get disheveled.
yeah, to undo the damage
Dishevel
that
the
was
yeah.
done.
You want to dis the shovel. Okay.
Mhm.
Nice.
All right. Well, let me. I actually have some of the books today. I'm hoping I can find the actual XP sheet because I think it would be good to go and do that. But we can go ahead and drop into
Mhm.
chat. Chat, if you are all still out
They're
there.
already voting. They've still got half of the poll time, so 2.5 minutes.
All right. There
We're
we
already
go.
3 votes in.
All right. So, chat, please feel free to vote who you think from chat should get an extra point of XP. So, I'm actually now looking at it. Uh, boy, some of these are always fun. Those of you who played, so everybody here goes home with 1 XP at the very least. On top of that, taking the spotlight, I feel that each one of you, I always feel like I try to make sure that each one of you have a moment where you can do something or shine and or do something cool. So everybody got to share a spotlight. So that'll be 2 XP. Using triggers, I had forgotten about this one. Did anyone utilize any of their triggers from their journey on their character sheet?
I mean, Ronto did fail one time. Do you have a trigger that would do anything like that?
Don't I don't have a trigger that pertains specifically to um just like a general failure.
Yeah, I don't either. And I don't have any that I used today.
I
I
don't
was too
either.
good.
I
Brett
have
and I were
two
too good.
triggers.
Oh, yes.
Well, so that I don't know if they have triggered yet because one of them is gain 1 karma when the ninja charm hinders the group, and I did charm a whole bunch of people in the crowd. So there might be a future hindrance that we might get bothered by later on. So don't know, right?
Yeah.
So
Okay. I will go ahead and say that yes, that I will let that be one of your triggers. Memorable moments. Overall, for this group, is there something that y'all think was like the biggest memorable moment of this game? Or chat, feel free to hop in on that if you think that there was something that you're like, wow, this is something I'll talk about later.
The shield battle.
I was gonna say Ronto getting dolled up, but I do think that the shield battle was also a good option too.
I I also, if I can backtrack a little bit, I just realized I get or we're talking about I have a focus trigger that's a
Yes.
+1 karma to stand out in urban environments.
Yeah.
So I did forget
You
about that.
did
Yep. Yep.
that.
I
There we
did
go.
that.
Yeah, anytime you utilize one of your triggers, it turns out from your character, from your journey that created the character, you get to gain another XP. So
Ooh.
definitely something that we'll want to remember. The memorable moment for me definitely was the shopping montage and everybody getting to participate in that, the different things y'all did. That I think will be something that I'm like, hey, that why not use the journey as a shopping montage moment? I think that was a cool idea for everyone. So
Yeah.
everybody should walk away with 3 XP base. Those of you who used your trigger will also get another XP. And we need to do what you learned. Everybody, tell me something that you learned this episode, or something that stuck with you, and it could be anything.
So much about the people in this land, and like that they don't use currency, which is a big adjustment for me. That I can't just whip out coin and make it happen. They do not appreciate my coin. I cannot make it rain or sprinkle or drizzle or flurry.
Yeah, Mayor Nugget, this is actually the system of XP that they created for this. Aloy Lasanta, who created this is an amazing game. I really recommend getting this book. It is fun. I've known DMs who, after reading this, are like, "We're going to use the journey in our D&D games." So, but anyway, other memorable moments for our group,
Learned things we
or
learned.
is that pretty much? Do y'all all feel like that was like the big thing this time around was like learning about this land?
Well, I mean, the things that I learned would fall into that category. Yes.
Cool.
For me, it would specifically be weaponry and fighting styles.
Cool. Guy. Yes. Tuan.
my skin book is plot relevant, and I don't like it.
I'm sorry, dude.
No, that's fine. As a player, I love it. As a character, guy hates it. He just wants to be forgotten.
I just want my skin book to be
Oh, he
mine
doesn't
and mine
even want the
alone.
skin book. He doesn't even want the skin book.
Well,
Too bad.
remember, I mean, your clan is all about knowledge and preserving it for the future. So you are living out the dream, man.
I
You're
guess.
You
you're
That's
are
true.
the
essentially,
living chronicle.
I mean, you're essentially an entire clan of Necronomicons.
Oh no.
All right. But Ronto, do you have anything, or do you feel it was also kind of the knowledge of getting to know this area of the land?
Probably still knowledgeable. She hid for the most part when entering the city. I think she kind of personally learned that she already knew she doesn't like the city, but I think she liked that game a lot. So she learned a new
She
game.
wants to do more horse and rider.
She could do that, yeah. She would definitely do that again.
Cool. Well, I will say really quick that this game is actually based on three different games out there. There is I believe it was either Irish or Scottish Highland game that involves, having a person stand on a shield. There is a similar game, I believe they call it the Juggernaut game. And it is another game, but instead of standing on a shield, you stand on a pole. And they ram the poles into each other, which that's where the mechanic of that came to. And I believe I'd have to look it up, but I believe that's actually Vietnamese in origin. I'd have to double check. But there are several different locations in the world where they play a very similar game where everybody stands on top of a shield or something, and they have the horse underneath. Uh, so yeah. Uh, Now, chat. Did chat get in their vote for everything?
Ronto got 2 votes.
All right.
Thank you.
So Ronto, you're gonna get the XP for tonight's game. So that everybody technically should have four. You're gonna get a fifth, and then my players. Who tonight do you think really did something that stood out?
I think Kyo, with her bartering and intimidation, her big mama bear energy.
Yeah, I'm working that big mama bear energy. Uh, I think, I mean, I can't vote for myself, so, but I think, I think Chet showed a lot of interest in sticking up for the group and being like, "Yo, you can't talk to us that way,"
I
and got us in.
refuse to be spoken to that way.
Yep. You found a new fighting style. It's called Karen.
Oh
No.
no.
I would like to speak to your village's manager.
I see Chet getting a haircut in the future. Different hairstyle.
Say thank you. I loved it.
I haven't been able to get one for months, and I am going crazy.
All right, Justine, do you have somebody that you wish to nominate for an XP for for what they did
it's
tonight?
Yeah, it's a toss up between Chet and Kyo. For the same reasons, honestly. I really liked the action that Chet talked about during the Shield game, and I also really liked how Kyo was kind of wheeling and dealing when it came time to be a merchant. Um, I can just roll high low, high Chet,
Ha!
low Kyo. One, Kyo got it.
There you go.
It's a cop
always,
out vote.
always, Kyo goes low.
So Kyo.
That means
Everyone
something
low
else when
tonight.
she's older, but right now it's fine.
All right, so Kyo is at 2 votes. Chet is at 1 vote. Guy, Tuan, what do you have?
I was kind of convinced by Roxanne's argument that Chet being the kind of the protector of the group, that kind of hit home for me.
Oh,
All right. Uh, yeah, I will say as well that I do like the idea of Kyo really coming into her own martially recently, the last 2 or 3 episodes. That's been really cool. Uh, but I am also, as a GM, I'm going to nominate Guy tonight because I did also enjoy the shield fighting. The way that you balance, I loved when you stepped across to their shield and then came back, and finding your own way to solve the problem. So I'm going to say, walking away tonight, everybody's going to go home with 5 XP. So there we go. All right, everyone out there in the wonderful world of Twitch, thank you so much for hanging around with us tonight, indulging us as we play ninjas. The goal this year is we will be attempting to finish our Growing Shadows campaign, which from its first inception has now been going from podcast years for almost 5 years. Uh, so our goal is to actually end this year, and maybe we're definitely going to be bringing on more things. You'll see more of these players, but in the meantime, this coming weekend we have on Sunday we will be back with Illuminated Pages, I believe. Monday
It's a singular illuminated page. It's not multiple ones. It's just illuminated page, plain and
Shadows
simple.
Pages. But so we have on Sunday we have Illuminated Page. We have the our the finale for the season for our Star Trek Adventures game will be Monday. Tuesday, we will not be back with by leaps and bounties this week. We've got a player out of town.
Thanks, Allah.
We love you, Allah. But rule of the channel is real life comes first. We got things going on in our lives. So if there's something happening, we take a step back, we go and do it. It works. And then in 2 weeks, we will be back with another Growing Shadows. So not this coming Thursday, but the Thursday after that. Thank you all so much for coming out and indulging us. Be sure to go check out our Discord, and also be sure to subscribe on Twitch or give to our coffee to do the Red Cross with things going on in the world right now. So I had to rush through that so I could cough. That said, everyone, thank you so much. We are going to slip away into the night, get out there, and enjoy ourselves. All right? Thank y'all. Stay safe.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Good night.
Ready for this?